Welcome to Greater Good Radio Hawaii, where leaders inspire leaders. Greater Good Radio Hawaii is dedicated to social entrepreneurship. I'm your host, Evan Leong, and with me is my co-host, Carrie Leong.
Thank you, Evan. Today's guest is Jean Higgins, film and TV producer, responsible for overseeing the production of more than $500 million in motion pictures and television projects. Jean is currently producing the top-rated TV show Lost. Please welcome to Greater Good Radio, Jean Higgins. Welcome to our show, Jean.
Thank you.
So, the producer, what does a producer do, and what is your everyday like?
Ooh, big question, actually. The producer is responsible for the production of the show. So it goes everything from take the scripts, which the writers deliver us the scripts. I'm responsible for overseeing the breakdown of the scripts, the scheduling, the budgeting, the hiring, all the pieces that go together to actually make it and put it on film.
So would that be kind of like what the CEO does of a company? What a producer does in TV
Similar,
and film?
more like the COO. The CEO would really be the executive producers. I'm more like the chief operating officer.
So what do you do on a daily basis?
It could be structured any number of ways. I try and start the day on the set, not always realistic. For us, that means anywhere between 6 and 7 o'clock in the morning. Could be in Honolulu, could be on the North Shore. Long drive if it's on the North Shore. Make it back, stay till first shot, make it back to the office, go over all the bills, do the cost estimating. We put out every day what we call a hot cost. What did the day before cost us? We know by 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning exactly what the day before cost us. So you track the budget as it goes through on a daily basis. Well, and sometimes on an hourly basis, but we tend to run very well. A normal day for us is a 12-hour day. We go into overtime after 12, but Lost rarely does that.
How do you keep it together? That sounds like so many moving parts.
There's a lot of moving parts. We have, any given time, about 390 full and part-time employees. Show takes 10 calendar days to shoot, but they give us 8 days to shoot it in. So every 8 days, we're doing 2 days of double-ups where we run 2 full crews. So it's like making 2 shows at the same time. It's a lot of pieces. You get very good at logistics.
Can you take us down the road of how you started in this industry and then how you made your way up to this producer position?
I was going to college and studying oceanographic engineering, and somebody from Scripps came up to speak to us when we were undergraduates. I wanted to go to graduate school at Scripps. And they said, you're really a bunch of math science geeks, and we're not too interested in you. So I thought, I need to get more well-rounded. So I took a theater class and fell in love with it and sort of did a right turn with my major. I was on the 5-year plan. And went into theater, became an actress for a while, worked on stage, got a job as a PA thinking somebody would see me and I would get some parts in some small production. And the very first thing I did as a PA when on film, I went, I see. Acting's like, a small part of a larger overall, and I want to be in charge of the whole thing. So when I was 21 and a PA, I decided I wanted to be a producer.
When you say PA, what is PA?
Production assistant. Gopher. Get the coffee. Run and fetch.
And then when you said, I want to be a producer, then what do? How do you go about doing that?
You just keep working at it. In every opportunity that comes along, you take the next step. Sometimes you need to create your own opportunities. And then...
So you didn't just become you said, it wasn't just, I want to become a producer, and all of a sudden, now I'm a producer.
No.
Okay.
Although, in a lot of the common layman parlance, let's be honest, you can rent an office and put in a telephone and say you're a producer. But whether or not you actually get the job and make the money and make the shows is something else. So no, it was a long process. I didn't know anybody in the film business. I wasn't connected by family or anything, so I really had no one to guide me. I thought, somewhat erroneously, that if I was going to be a producer, I needed to really know how to make films. And to me, that means ground up. I mean, everything. I know enough about lighting, I know enough about grip, enough about film and lab, about cameras, so that I signed up a couple of times to go into the Directors Guild training program. But by then I was doing documentaries, and I was running around the world doing what I was trying to sign up to learn how to do in studio style. So I was never home when it came time to do it. So eventually I got into the Directors Guild thinking that I was going to get in as like a second AD, but because I'd taken all these boxes and boxes of everything I'd ever signed, and production reports and call sheets and payroll, I went in. I was 28. I was a unit production manager in the Directors Guild. Second woman.
Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for more on Greater Good Radio.